That device was your only hope of being human again.
I had to destroy it to save you. All of this.
Wait till the world gets an eyeful of this.
Welcome back to the Titanium Hanger. This is Mike. Today I want to talk to you about the JoyToy Splinter April in a very stylized 3.75 inch scale. But I gotta say, I'm pleased with both of these, and I was skeptical of Splinter before I opened it. I was very skeptical of him, and I think that they've both warmed me up. I'm liking them both. From a collector who says he's turtled out, I don't buy a lot of turtle stuff from any of the other NECA or Super 7 or any of those kinds of things. But I'm keeping up with this line. It is different. It is 3.75 in scale, which has never really been done adequately in the past, even though they're a bit stylized. But the big thing is when these sell out and when these are gone, they're not getting remade. And so that's one of the bigger concerns to get it from Gundam It. That's where I got them. I have a link down below where you get yours. TH in Support Your Viewer box on the main page of Gundam It or Shozy Store. Helps the channel out when you buy stuff there. But let's take a look at these. I'm going to go through all the accessories, do the typical stuff, and then do some comparisons and have a little fun with April. Coming up. Right here they are in the package, and that's what they look like. Cool stuff. We actually comes with all 4 turtles. That's kind of cool, and a couple of Mousers, and then the backs. Well, I guess we look at the side, and then the back. Yeah, not bad. Interesting stuff. All right, we're gonna start ladies first with April O'Neil. And I keep saying I'm not going to get too deep in this line, but April O'Neil is definitely a necessity in the turtle world. But yeah, she looks good. They've done a great job with her. And she's got some... So there's some weathering and there's some different paint apps to her to make her look not just super bright and clean. I would have actually preferred a super bright and clean version, but I know people are in on this weathering thing. And they really do like it, but for me, I would have rather had it look more cartoony. This line is definitely not going for cartoon. That's already been done and done again by NECA, but I did put the second head sculpt on. I like it way more. I think that the second head sculpt is really nice. I can't get that head to focus. Face. But it looks really good. And then it's nice she's got this jacket, which is kind of an overlay, and then her arm plugs in. I wouldn't want to take the jacket off, but it probably would come off. This is a separate backpack that she has that's she's wearing, which probably could be removed if you wanted to. And then this thing here, it's like a side pouch. It's like a fanny pack for her leg. Straps on. It's fine when she's got one of these. It's built into there, right there, and pretty nice overall. Just nice feminine form. She definitely doesn't look like a dude. Does not look like a dude, so that's pretty good. And with all of that, let's go ahead and get into the accessories. Then we'll do the articulation and all that fun stuff. So here is her first head sculpt. I can get that in there. And I mean, they're not much different. I just kind of liked this one more. I don't know why. Kind of like a surprised look on her face instead of bored look. She's got boxing gloves, which you'll have to pop. I'm not happy with how the joints work. Sometimes it's really hard to get the hands on, so I'm not messing with that. But you have to pop the whole hand off to pop the boxing gloves on. There's a hand with a camera, and I'm not sure if my camera is picking it up. There's a hand separately that holds the camera, and it has a little finger to take the picture, and it'll hold it, which is nice. It's fun. And then what do we got for other things here? We've got kind of a gripping hand. Knocked her over. We're not looking at her right now. We're looking at her hands. It's got kind of a gripping hand. We got a bunny rabbit ears hand piece, and then we've got another hand that I think this hand is kind of like a holding hand, but you might. It's a splayed hand. Another splayed hand. And somewhere in there, you're going to have to figure out how she's going to hold this communicator, which I think they put with the other ones too. And then we have the Mouser droids, which have articulation in their mouths, their heads spin, their legs move. They have articulation in the feet and in the knee. So that's way more than I expected. I did not expect that much articulation. 2 stands. So she can stand. Obviously, she can stand without it. I bumped her. She fell over. It's not the end of the world. She also comes with this channel. Is it channel 7? Channel 6. Mike, what's wrong with you? They had that whole channel 6 news. Channel 6, I guess we have to have it to where that 6 is showing at all times. Come on, channel 6 news. Because they had that set from NECA. And then really nice looking camera here. Works. Paint apps on it. Yeah, it really looks good. Can she like put it up to her face with the articulation? Maybe she can. There she is. So yeah, I like their accessories. They make sense. They're good. I mean, what more could you really give her? I don't remember the episode where she was boxing, but I'm sure somebody does. April. Now to get a look at articulation, her head is on a ball joint, and it's a double dog bone, I believe. So it can go up to there, and then down to here, like that. Goes about that high. You get, of course, the 360, then the bicep swivel. You've got the elbow, and there's her microphone. Her hand's on a ball joint, but I suggest not to do too much with the hands. I always have trouble with the hands on these. Maybe it's just a me thing and how I handle them. She has a rotation in the torso right there, and then she has it's kind of a ball joint at the waist, so she can get a lot of different poses like this. But then we can go out to here with the leg up to there, and then down to here, so she can get like a nice running, crouching, some great poses with her. And then thigh swivel engineered in, and then double jointed knees, and then her feet on a up and down, side to side kind of rocker there, so that she could get some sort of natural looking poses as she's jumping for joy. So this just in from Channel 6 News. April O'Neil wants to interview the Tidarium Hangar, and she wants to know, what do I do? Okay. Well, my name's Mike. I'm from the Tidarium Hangar. I make adult films, and I put them up every single day. I notice you have a surprised look on your face. Let me explain. I'm required to disclose that I make videos for people over the age of 13. Now to just kind of move April back out of the way, she can go chill back there with the mousers. We're going to take a look at Splinter, and I'm going to do this completely different. Let's go straight to the accessories, because I'm a little nervous with some of them, losing them during the review. But start with these turtles. So these are kind of cool. They all look a little bit different. Almost looks like they're in, like this one here is all tucked into the shell. This one here is doing some karate moves. This one here is dancing, I think. And some nice color to the shells. And then this one here is doing crawling. So there's 4 turtles in the infantile stage. You see them in the intro, too. Then we've got these, I think they're size. Am I right? Am I wrong? Size me wrong. 2 of the exact same ones, which are great for him. Then we have these throwing daggers, which nice silver to them. They look pretty good. Try to change the angle. Maybe I can get a little more light on this stuff. Lighting is so strange because sometimes it's too lit. Sometimes it's not lit enough, depending on what you're looking at. Now these hands, I want to point out that they've changed how they ship them. So I used to just put on these punching fists, but you always want them to interact with accessories. I don't use the punching fists at all, ever. So now they pack them with the hands that I would like the most. Now we have kind of an opened splayed hand, or maybe holding something bigger kind of hand, and same thing on the other side. So we've got those hands out the way. Now we've got a training post, and it looks like something like a cat would play with, but yeah, it's like a training post for, of course, the turtles to train on. Oh, there's still more weapons. We've got whatever this double-bladed sword is called, and then we have just traditional sword, which I'm probably going to display them with. So That's definitely staying out. And then we get into himself, the Splinter himself. Did I call him Shredder? Splinter himself. And here he goes with his hat. And we can take that hat off. And we can take this off. I guess you have to pop the head off to get that off. And then you can get him down to this. See, another thing that really makes me nervous with these is changing heads. Now that he's out of that, he looks more classic, which is what I want. And if they can give me a more classic look, I'd be a-okay with it. I have no problem with that. And then a little modernized, I'm not upset at that either. Does have this walking cane, which he holds well, which I would probably, in my mind, be like, put your walking cane in the other hand, and then hold this sword that I put somewhere for good keeping in this hand. And then here we go with a Splinter set up the way I'm probably going to display them. And we'll do some articulation, which is pretty much all the same, but head side to side, up and down. Goes up that much. And he's got some good paint apps on his eyes, his nose, his gray in his eyebrows, and his goatee looking thing going on right there. His facial hair, shoulders about the same. They were really tight. I'm not going to press it because I don't really need him to be hyper articulated for my stuff, but it feels like it's all the same articulation we got with April, but I'm not going to press that issue. So I will say that his are tight. I don't know why. You know, the hand popped off nice and easy, which is, maybe they're fixing the way the hands are. Maybe it's just the first batch was tough. Then he's got the same articulation in the upper and in the lower. And then he's going to have a little bit will probably be hindered by this that he's wearing, but it still looks nice as an extra piece that's added in there. Same sort of thigh rotation, double jointed on the knee, same kind of foot rotation. And he's got a toe tilt. So that's good. So we can get a little bit more stuff going on with the toe tilt. Interesting. On a tiny little figure like this, he's got his toe tilt. Let's see how he looks like crazy posed. Yeah, that's pretty nice, actually. Again, get into the light. Splinter, get into the light. The last thing is the tail. Now, this tail it just popped off the ball joint. So don't get too aggressive with that tail. Now I think it's great for balancing him, but it's a little bit rubbery, a little bit of articulation to it to do what you want with it. You might need to manhandle it off of him and then put it back on, because it's popping off that ball joint pretty easy, because it is a softer, it's not hard, it's a soft tail. He's probably a whole lot of fun to take to the club with that tail floating around. And it is comparison time. And real quick, I don't have the vintage versions of these two handy, but I have really easily handy a Rocksteady or Bebop. Is this Rocksteady? I always get them confused because they're the pair. They're like the Crimson Twins, you know, which one's Tomax's name on. I just found this. I think this goes with Turtle, so I just threw it in his hand when I was digging through finding a part for something else. But kind of size comparison, they are smaller, but they're not super duper smaller. I mean, we're talking 3.75 to 5.5 inch. It's not a huge difference, but it is a difference, a big enough difference enough. But here is the Shredder, the Splinter, the April O'Neil, and my favorite turtle is Donatello. I like blue and I like swords. That's it. I mean, this really has nothing to do with personality. Little side note from a guy that's turtled out. My least favorite, oddly enough, is Michelangelo, which I think's most people's favorite. Yeah, he's my least favorite. But anyhow, this set's turning out pretty nice. Pretty nice looking set. Some Turtles, some April O'Neil, and some Splinter. So this is my look at the JoyToy April O'Neil and the Splinter figures. They're in the 3.75 inch scale. They are a bit on the stylized side. They're not exactly G1 Toon. And oddly enough, I still like this line, even though I'm an ultimate Toon collector. I like everything look like the cartoon, look like the media. And these are fun. These are fun. I got enough cartoon stuff, I guess, to make it work. The fact that they gave us the option to take some of the extra stuff off of Splinter made me like Splinter so much more. And the fact that, yeah, it's still stylized, it's still different, but it still works and it looks good and it makes a lot of sense. And I do kind of feel like you're getting more value for your money. They do include a ton of accessories to give you that perceived value. I won't use all of them, though. That's the thing. For me, I won't be using all of them, but I still kind of like it. Out of the two, I like the April the most, just because she just feels out the box, ready to go, that would fit in both worlds, in a cartoon display or a real world display, or the JoyToy display. But I do think this entire lineup is lining up really well. I do like the articulation in the Mouser droids. I thought they were just going to be little statues, but let me know what you guys think about this in the comments below. I do have a link where you can get this at Gundam Mitts, where I got mine, and the reason I'm collecting these, like I've said, is because these are not going to be available forever. And when they sell out, they'll be gone. And they're already really hard to get in the US. So I got them. Get them while you can if you want these. If you're in on this line. But if not, hey, just enjoy it from afar. Enjoy the video. Throw me a like and throw me a comment. Titanium Hanger out.
Here, take this. It's a turtle communicator, so you can find us when you've got your crew. We all carry them now.
The turtles turned out to be the saviors of the city as they fought off an alien invasion. Opinion about them remains sharply divided, however.
For now. But I fear we have not seen the last of the Shredder or Krang.
You're worrying too much, Master.
Yeah, I bet we never even hear so much as a peep out of them again.